Keene Project Solutions, a modern engineering and construction firm, embracing technology, establishing industry-leading systems and processes, and delivering reliable results to our customers. At Keene, we are passionate about inspiring our team and our customers to achieve great things, offering the highest quality services as an industrial contractor to deliver turnkey projects. Our core beliefs drive us forward. Protect people, build relationships, drive innovation, and focus on end goals, bringing our customers' desired results to life. See how Keene can work for you at Think Different, thinkkeene.com.
This game is heating up, folks. Frank squares up like a butcher block on defense. Audie with the fadeaway. She's on fire! Literally, that is. The net has been burned to a crisp.
What is going on? A little Cyclone Fanatic post-game here. I'm Aiden Wyatt. Chelsea Poppens will join me here in the studio in just a second. Iowa State falling to Michigan to close out the season. Before we get into things, I want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Of course, Central States Roofing. It's weather in Iowa. Got to get the best commercial roofing from our friends at Central States Roofing. Of course, our friends at Country Landscapes. Got to get your patio space looking right once these temperatures get up a little bit. You know, we love our fairway meat. No one loves their fairway meat more than Cyclone Fanatic. Remember that. Get your meat there. It's almost grilling season. And last but certainly not least, our friends at Keene Project Solutions. Visit thinkdifferent.thinkkeene.com. Chelsea, it's our first show together. No big deal.
Woo! Good job, Aiden. Good intro.
Wish it would have been on better terms. Iowa State falling to Michigan. Initial thoughts on the last game of the 2024-25 season.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it was one of the better games to show our potential of like Emily Ryan getting into foul trouble, other players being forced to step up without her being out there. I mean, it's tough when you get into foul trouble early on and having to adjust and adapt. And I think we did that. Obviously, we fell short a bit, but I mean, some of the issues that we talked about, like with Leah in our pregame, were very visible as far as them having more speed, them having guards that are 6 foot and above, and not just solely post players. You saw Jordan Hobbs with 5 for 10 from the 3-point line. We talked about Crooks not really leaving the paint a whole lot. So that was a piece of the issue. When she's shooting 50% from the 3-point line, that's a problem. And having 28 points, and they had 10 fast break points. And so, I mean, we talked about it. Speed. We're not really known for our speed or the fast pace of play. So, but I mean, it just shows our potential for next year, and our team's so young, and I mean, there's only good things ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's flip to Iowa State a little bit more. Lonnie Crooks with 28 points on 13 of 18 shooting. There was a spot in the second quarter there where she could not be stopped. We've seen this with Iowa State this year where they force it into Audie Crooks, and teams kind of know that it's coming.
Yep.
But today they were able to spread out the floor with, Reagan Wilson coming in for a little bit, Eiley Tankey getting some great minutes off the bench. What did you like out of Iowa State? Yes, she was great today too.
4 for 7. Yeah. But what were you saying?
What did you like out of Iowa State? It's weird to say like moving forward, but really you're returning the same team next year, just without Emily Ryan as things sit right now anyway.
Yep, exactly. I think that's the key thing to focus on. It was a year where our girls were learning how to balance the court offensively and not just solely rely on crooks. And it was only getting better. It was on the upward trajectory, and it sucks to lose to a team like Michigan. But at the end of the day, it's really exciting and hopeful for next season, since Emily Ryan is the only one leaving. We are a young team with great chemistry. I don't see Crooks or Brown going anywhere. They're kind of like a dynamic duo. I hope nobody else does. I hope everybody else sees the potential for them to get the starting position or getting more minutes next year, because I thought it was pretty well played as far as minutes being kind of dispersed between players. Coach Finley giving them the opportunity to take advantage of those minutes and try to score when they can. And so, I don't know. I'm excited for next season because, we're not really losing a whole lot.
Yeah, Addie Brown was on triple-double watch today. I think, and I'm going to steal this from Chris Williams, who said it on the men's pregame show, she could kind of be the point forward next year.
Yeah.
Where, I guess they kind of did it with Ashley Jones a little bit a couple years ago, but what do you think she can do moving forward?
I think there's so much potential for the summer in them to develop her in that point forward kind of position. Like, obviously we have AJ who's able to handle the ball, but I think Addie Brown has so much sauce about it. Like, she's able to handle it under control. She doesn't have to do anything too crazy as far as ball handling goes. She just has to take care of it. And she kind of just puts her back to the basket, or like kind of brings it down. And for us to have more than one person who's able to handle the ball, that's huge. And
Absolutely.
The fact that she's such a threat from all different areas of the court, I think, is also a huge piece.
Looking back on this season, do you think that this team, I don't want to bring the room down a little bit, but do you think they kind of fell short of expectations overall?
I think a lot that has to do with it is the type of teams we played right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a young team that is learning how to compete at that level, like last year was a great year. We had different players, different ball handlers there. With Kenzie Hare being back, I think that's really exciting.
Yep.
It would have. I hate I hate to bring it. Coulda, shoulda, woulda if she was there.
Right.
Like, there's different. It would have been a little bit different team to have more confident ball handlers out there, but that's not the case. That's not what happened. As far as falling short, I think that they were like a young team learning how to handle pressure. And yes, we would have loved them to learn how to handle that pressure a little bit sooner. But that's how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. And we were able to see towards the end of the season what they're capable of. And I'm only looking forward to I'm like kind of like Leah. I'm like, positive vibes. You can't change fast. Like, looking forward to next season.
It is kind of interesting too to look back. They start the season in the top 10, and then you kind of have this roller coaster of you go all the way from being a potential favorite to win the Big 12 to kind of having the chip on your shoulder and being an underdog. And I thought they handled the underdog role as good as anyone could have, given how young of a group they are, especially.
Yeah, but imagine being a young athlete and then just like getting crushed time again by those Final Four teams from last year right out of the gate. It puts a little damper on your ego and your confidence, and trying to build that up as a young player while you're trying to find your groove and what's working for you is tough for anybody. But I think they handled it well as far as positivity and like focusing on the present and one game at a time.
Absolutely. Certainly a lot to look forward to next season. This Iowa State team isn't going anywhere. Chelsea, any last thoughts before we close the season here?
Go Cyclones. Stay by our girls. Don't be too hard on them. They had a tough season. They have a lot going for them, and only good things ahead for next season. So, woo, go State.
Bummer that Leah couldn't join us. I got to give a special shout out to her. She was with us all throughout football, all throughout basketball. She absolutely killed it. So, Leah, if you're watching,
got a full-time job where she
you.
doesn't work remote. So,
whatever. And Chelsea, of course, thank you for hopping on all throughout the women's season. Couldn't have done this without you. And of course, thank you to our friends over at Country Landscape, Central States Roofing, Keene, and Fairway. Men's postgame coming up right after they're done. I think they're about halfway through the first half, so tune in then. Go Cyclones.